In the dawn of the 8th century, on the sun-scorched shores of North Africa, a commander stood, his gaze fixed on the shimmering horizon. Before him lay the vast, unforgiving expanse of the Mediterranean. Behind him, an army of 12,000, hearts filled with a mixture of trepidation and unyielding faith. This was Tariq Ibn Ziyad, a general of the Umayyad Caliphate, a man whose name was destined to be etched into the very mountains he was about to conquer. The wines of destiny were stirring. Across the narrow strait lay the Iberian Peninsula, a land ruled by the Visigoths, a kingdom weakened by internal strife, but still formidable in its might. The call for aid from the oppressed had reached the ears of the Umayyad governor, Musa ibn Nusair, and he had chosen Tariq for this monumental task. It was a mission that seemed impossible, a gamble against staggering odds. But for Tariq, it was a calling, a divinely guided path. As his fleet of modest ships prepared to cleave the waves, Tariq gathered his men. His voice, steady and powerful, cut through the sea spray. He spoke not of plunder or glory, but of a higher purpose. He reminded them of their duty, their faith, and the promise of a just cause. With every word, he transformed their fear into fervent determination. His conviction was the true north of their compass, guiding them toward a future they could not yet see. The journey was perilous. Storms raged and mists descended, testing their resolve. But as the Spanish coast finally emerged from the morning fog, a formidable rock formation rose to greet them. It was here, at this monumental gateway between two continents, that they would make their stand. Tariq, the first to step ashore, knew this land would forever be linked to his name. The rock became Jabal Tariq, the mountain of Tariq, what we now call Gibraltar. Upon landing, Tariq made a decision that would become the stuff of legend. An act so audacious it would echo through the annals of history. He ordered his men to burn the ships. The vessels that had carried them across the sea, their only means of retreat, were engulfed in flames. Thick plumes of black smoke billowed into the sky, a stark and undeniable message. There was no turning back. As his soldiers watched their only escape route turn to ash, a wave of shock rippled through the ranks. But Tariq stood before them, his sword drawn and gleaming in the sun. He didn't just burn the ships, he ignited the hearts of his men. "Oh, my warriors," he declared, his voice ringing with absolute certainty, "whither would you flee? Behind you is the sea, before you, the enemy. You have now only the hope of your courage and your constancy." In that fiery baptism, fear was incinerated, replaced by a singular, burning resolve. Victory or martyrdom, those were the only options left. Their presence on Iberian soil did not go unnoticed. The Visigothic king, Roderick, amassed a colossal army, said to number nearly 100,000 men, a force that dwarfed Tariq's small band of warriors. They marched to meet the invaders near the Guadalete River, confident in their numerical superiority. The world watched, holding its breath. On one side, a massive, heavily armored force defending its homeland. On the other, a small, resolute army with nothing but the ground beneath their feet and the faith in their hearts. The Battle of Guadalete was a crucible. For days, the clash of steel and the cries of battle filled the air. Tariq was not just a commander. He was a warrior in the fray, fighting alongside his men, his leadership a beacon in the chaos. He employed brilliant tactics, exploiting the terrain and the enemy's overconfidence. His smaller, more agile force moved with a unity and discipline that bewildered the larger, less cohesive Visigothic army. It was a battle of strategy as much as strength, of spirit as much as swords. Tariq's forces, fueled by their do-or-die conviction, fought with a ferocity that seemed almost supernatural. They broke the Visigothic lines, creating panic and disarray. King Roderick himself was lost in the chaotic retreat, his fate sealed, his kingdom crumbling. The victory was total, decisive, and miraculous. The gates of Iberia had been flung open. From the edge of Africa, faith had crossed the sea and changed the world. This was not merely a conquest of land, but the beginning of a new chapter. Following their victory, Tariq's forces advanced, not with vengeance, but with a message of tolerance and order. Cities like Córdoba, Toledo, and Seville opened their gates, weary of the Visigoths' civil wars and attracted by the promise of religious freedom and justice under the new rule. Tariq's wisdom was as sharp as his sword. He understood that a lasting civilization is built not on fear, but on unity and respect. This campaign laid the foundation for what would become Al-Andalus, a beacon of civilization for nearly 8 centuries. It became a vibrant society where Muslims, Christians, and Jews coexisted, fostering an unprecedented golden age of science, art, and philosophy. Great libraries were built, universities flourished, and knowledge that had been lost to Europe was preserved and expanded upon. The light of Córdoba would illuminate the continent during its darkest ages. Looking back, the story of Tariq Ibn Ziyad is more than a military epic. It is a testament to the power of unwavering faith and audacious courage. It's a story of a leader who saw not an impassable sea, but a pathway to destiny. Not a fearful army, but a force of devoted souls. He was a man who understood that true strength lies not in numbers, but in the conviction of the heart. From the flames on the shore, a new dawn rose over Andalusia land that would shine with knowledge, faith, and light for centuries, leaving an indelible mark on the soul of Spain and the history of the world. Its legacy reminds us that with courage and a guiding purpose, even the smallest of sparks can set the horizon ablaze. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you found this story inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales of the figures who shaped our world. We'll see you next time.